And we'll look at that. See that electrical outlet down there. And let's just see what's going to happen. Right now, I've got the light switch off. Okay? So my guess is either the top of that is going to be off or the bottom's going to be off. I got my tester here, and let's just see if I can do this. I'm staying out of the way of you, if I can. Okay, did you see that? The orange light is on. You got to wiggle this a little bit. See? There. That's on. So the power is on all the time for the top. I've got the light switch off. Okay, so now I'm gonna test this bottom one, and it should be this plug, or it's the next one down the line. I've got it pushed in. I'm moving it around, and nothing's happening. Okay, nothing's happening. I'm going to turn the light switch on now. Got the light switch on, and I'm going to wiggle this some more. Sometimes when you get a light tester, you put them in there and wiggle it. You see? There. Let's see. I've got it on. Can you see the button there? Oh, okay, there. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to turn the light switch off. Off. Okay, see, it went off. Turn the light switch back on. There. Now I've got it off. I've got the light switch off. And the top of it, I'll put this back on the top. I don't know if you saw it before. And this one should stay on all the time. Okay. You see there, that's on. That's on right now. Oh. I was hoping to keep that on like that. Now I'm going to turn the light switch on and off. See? It stays on. Voila. I figured it out. By Joe. I thought maybe that was the case for where that additional light switch went, but I wasn't quite sure, and I wanted to show you how you can troubleshoot an actual light switch. If you're not quite sure where an existing light switch goes, you're flipping it, you have no idea where it's going, and you're looking around, you know, all the light bulbs in your place are working, you know, you've tested outside to make sure this wasn't a three-way light switch to go out into the garage or something like that, because see, we had a light over here, and I wasn't quite sure what this light switch was for either, and I was playing around with it, and I thought, I have no idea what this one's for. Nope, not that one. This goes out into the garage. Okay, that one goes there. The other one goes over here. Okay. This one here, I was like, what is that for? You go into the garage. Look at that. See, that was a three-way switch that was controlled right here too. Because before, I was going to get a lit switch, and I got a single pole light switch, and it wasn't working. I was like, what is happening here? And it was because that was a three-way. So I had to go back to the store and get a three-way lit switch. Now see, this one here, not quite sure what that one's for. Oh, now I know what that one's for. See, at first I wasn't quite sure. That one goes out for the lights outside the house. That's what that one goes out for. And now I'm going to have to go out there and look, because that's a three-way connected to the front door. There's a light switch by the front door that goes out by the lights by the garage, and it's not a single pole light switch. It's a three-way that's connected to that one over there by the garage for the outside lights. So there's just different things you've got to start thinking about if you don't know where a particular light switch goes. If you've just moved into a house and you're not quite sure, check out these different thoughts and ideas that I had, and maybe you'll find that this light switch is for half of an electrical outlet. Now, usually you don't have that. I've never seen that like in a study like this. The only time I've really seen that is like when you go into a bedroom, and maybe you've got a little bedroom like this, and you've only got one light switch by the door, and you turn that on, and that's for these lights by the bed, see? And this one just so happened to have another light switch behind the bed right there, and that's connected to this front one. So that's a three-way switch for the bedroom, and that controls half of this wall outlet is controlled by the light switch, and the other half is not. Okay, so that's a tip there for you. When you've got lights by the bed, you want to make sure you plug it in to the right one, because you could plug that in to the wrong one and then still turn the lights on and off, you know, because you've got power on the top, and that'll control that too. But then it won't control, you'll hit this light switch over here and nothing will happen at all ever, because you've got your electrical lamp fixture plugged into the wrong one. So there's a tip for you. And sometimes you'll have two light switches next to each other here if you have a light up here in your ceiling. Okay, and you'll see, and you'll be like, okay, well, I know where one of those lights are, because it's going to be for here, but you're not quite sure what that other one is. Then check on your electrical outlets by your bed, where your bed's going to go, and you might find it right there. And see, this bedroom, there's two more electrical outlets here, and they might have thought, well, if you flip the bed around over here, which I wouldn't recommend, mind you, because it's right up against the window. If you did that, maybe half of those, maybe the bottom section of each one of those is controlled by the light switch too. Now, I don't know if that's the case here or not. I don't think it is. Let's just check that. Let's just check that for a second and see. Okay, I'll get my tester out here. And if you don't have an electrical tester like this, it's okay. You can get a drill, a radio, a little light lamp, plug in there, test out that way, you know, anything like that. Okay, so let's just, for kicks, I don't know, I've never checked this. I'm kind of curious now. Okay, I'm gonna look at this one right here. We've got the lights off right now, and that was into the bottom. So if this is connected to the light switch, one of these should be off, and it's probably the bottom. But see there, it's on, and this one's on. So I know that's not controlling by the light switch. Okay, and that one over there should not be off either by that light switch. Okay, see, the light is on, so I know these are not controlled by that light switch. The only ones in this bedroom that are controlled by that light switch are the ones by the bed over there. Okay, all right, well, I got that figured out, and it was just something quick and easy, but it really was bugging me, not knowing where all these different switches went. And I'm not quite sure why they did that and why they didn't follow the plans. And see, sometimes plans, even when you got an approved set of plans, the electrician can add to it, and you know, they should have marked this. If you had the as-built plans, the ones that were permitted, then you should actually mark on it, or if you've got another set of plans that you're going to keep from now on and you don't have the as-built, you can put another S there and then go up over to here. You know, for the next owner, let's say if you were getting ready to sell your house, you've got the as-built plans, you can put that on there, or you can tell them or whatever. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But see, I wouldn't have put that in the middle. I would have probably put that over to the end, because whenever I walk into a room, I like to have the light switches set up in the way that the main one's going to go on first. So this one here would be the main one, which are these two here. I would have that closest to the door here, see? And that's the one it is. And then the secondary one always would be next to it. So this one here would be there. Then I would have put this wall switch, you know, for the electrical outlet on the wall. I would have put that over here on the left-hand side, because this is very seldom, if at all, we would use that. In fact, we're never going to use that. And I'm not quite sure why they would have done that inside a study. This is a study. This is an office area. Have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that before. I've been around contracting and residential building and stuff for probably the last 35, 40 years. And never seen that in an office. You know, if anything, I would have had that, the light switch controls something over here, let's say. You know, so if you have a lamp on your desk, you can control it. Instead of turning it on and off at the desk, you could turn it on and off over here. Same thing. You know, where she's got this little console area over here, she could put a light on there, and then she could plug it in the bottom there, and then she could, I could tell her, hey, we can just use it, and you can turn it on and off. Use it just like a light switch. Okay? So I'm glad I've got that figured out, and hopefully this might help you with troubleshooting your light switch. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.